Yeah, Vivek also finds some time. Whenever he is free, then he joins. Very good. Mute yours. Yes. So in this Saturday's journey, we are understanding from another text what exactly is mindfulness and how this mindfulness can lead to awakening to permanent peace and happiness. And the text is known as Manisha Panchakam. 5 verses on Manisha. So I want to give another session to understand what exactly is Manisha. It is present in every human being, provided we are human beings. So our masters make such certain conditions. How do we qualify to be a human being? So now see that we all are endowed with the highest faculty that is known as intellect. But the highest faculty does not mean the final authority. That leads to supreme knowledge of my true nature. Now see that intellect is constantly changing. Some of you might have heard me, especially amongst Indians. They have heard me for years. Okay, after a few years, they said, this guy seems to be good, so let me continue. Otherwise, so it is the intellect which is changing, which changes your perception, right? You see that? But what is the limitation of the intellect? The intellect divides and perceives. So we are understanding how to succeed in meditation through a spatial intellect that is known as Manisha. So, intellect divides and perceives. Say, take one example. What is body? Oh, body is a human frame, consists of many, some people will say consists of cells, many million, trillions, 60 billion cells, 60 trillion cells. 60 billion cells are present in the brain. And then we have many systems. So what the intellect is doing? Intellect is dividing the body into the parts and it creates an idea of a whole. Idea of a whole. Where is the body? Can you show me? Here it is. This is forehead. Where is the body? Here it is. This is heart. Can you show me the body? So the intellect creates a idea of the whole. What we are trying to understand that which intellect is capable of moving us into the meditative state. This is our question. So what the Eastern wisdom and their master says, that Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge that helps us to know the reality. What is that reality? If you don't want to use the word reality, then use that, do I want to live in permanent peace and happiness? Yes. If I want to live in permanent peace and happiness, then we have to follow this journey of the Eastern wisdom. In the world, there is no permanent peace or happiness. Have you really experienced it? Are you aware of it? Then only you can undertake this journey. So now, if I say that intellect, which we are using in the world outside and in transaction with the world, and my body, my mind needs an update. What is that update? That update version is known as Manisha. What is Manisha? Well, I'll cite some of the examples. We all have that Manisha, but we don't use it. Because we don't use it, the intellect divides and perceives, and then we are suffering. What is Manisha? Manisha is simple. It is simple, pure, clear intellect that has a conviction. That has a simple conviction. It is a subtle intellect. It is a subtle intellect. No, I don't understand. So we are understanding that intellect, which I say Manisha, is a non-verbal awareness instead of a thought awareness. I have known, say, David and Gary. Now, at this moment, do I need a thought to know this couple? No, I know it. It is a non-verbal awareness. It's a non-thought awareness, isn't it? I'm speaking facing the monitor. Do I need to use monitor? Do I need to use the word thought? No, I'm aware. We miss this non-verbal awareness, and if you miss this non-verbal awareness, it is not your Manisha. Then what it is? It is your IQ. We don't need any IQ to go into meditative state. We don't need any IQ to go into meditative state, my friend. Do you need any IQ to eat your food? Simple, pure awareness. You sit on a dining table, but still the intellect is constantly thinking. The intellect is subjected, dominated, dictated by the thoughts which gives me knowledge. IQ is not required. Manisha is different from the IQ. The journey of meditation is easier, simpler than eating or drinking or like just it is seeing and touching. But it is the intellect subjected by the thoughts makes the journey of meditation very complex. So I have to release that which causes the intellect to run in the world outside. Because of the thought process, Buddha took 13 years to purify that intellect. And when he reached into the Manisha, Buddhi, what happened? The master realized in his eyes. He said, come on, sit under a tree, close your eyes. And he was absorbed into meditation. Are you getting it? We have to filter out what is not required. Now let me give you an example and use that example as a tool in this week to live in Manisha. And you will see that you will experience immense happiness inside. A man went to see a master in the Himalayas. The master welcomed him and asked him to stay in a monastery for the practice. Next day in the morning, they both went for a walk in the woods. The man, looking at the valley in the Himalayas, said, "What a beautiful valley." After half an hour, the master didn't respond. Didn't speak even a word. There was no response from him. Again, after 1 hour or half an hour, he looked at the river and he was enjoying the sound of a river and the pure, lucid water. What a beautiful river in this valley. 3 hours passed. They returned to the monastery. After the breakfast, the master said to this man, "You talk too much. You're not ready for awakening." He spoke only 2 things. What a beautiful valley. What a beautiful river. Walking for 3 hours. He spoke only 2 things. And the master said, "You talk too much. You are not ready for meditation." That is the difference between the IQ and the Manisha, the updated intellect. The man was amazed and asked, "What do you mean I spoke only twice and you did not respond?" The master smiled and said that, who doesn't know that the valley is beautiful? Who doesn't know that river is beautiful? Is there any need to speak? Is there any need to express? That is why you talk too much. That is the difference between the updated intellect, which perceives the things and the objects and experiences in a non-verbal awareness. Are you understanding? Non-verbal awareness. There are 2 awareness. There is the thought awareness. So Master further said, the moment you said that this is a beautiful valley, you have already destroyed the beauty of the valley. The moment it is expressed in thought, it is gone. Can you follow that? My master used to say that we don't need to express in terms of the thought at least 90% every day, and still we express. We used to go to Scottsdale, and every time I went and I saw the couple saying to each other, "I love you," at least 10 times in an hour, and kissing. Do you have some doubt? Do you have some doubt about it? See that. My Manisha. The intellect drops the role of dividing and perceiving. Do you know what it is known as? You might have heard about it. It is known as choiceless awareness. We talk a lot about, we explain the choiceless awareness. Be aware. So it comes from an updated intellect. Now, what happens in the updated intellect? Once we understand, and we will apply that principle in today's practice. I have explained it before, so let me explain it again. I know you. Clear? So, for example, I know you. What it means, it has 3 elements. I, you, and the knowledge. Clear? Yesterday, two beautiful women called me in the midnight from Europe, and they said, "No, I'm totally stressed, so can you talk?" So I'm just talking in the same way. I know you. Are you clear? You, I, and the knowledge. Are you understanding? Are you clear? I know you. 3 things. Second part. When I say I know you, I see you at a distance. When I see you at a distance, I am different from you. Are you clear? I'm different from you. Right? I know my cell phone. I'm different from the cell phone. Am I clear? Am I clear? Huh? I have my house. I know my house. My house is different from me. Are you clear? Are you okay? So that happens deep inside the intellect in the field of awareness. That we miss it. I love you. You are different from me. You are at a distance. And then I express I love you, but you are always different from me. There is no word soulmate in our journey of mindfulness. Our own soulmate is our true nature. Only one soulmate. And that soulmate is our true nature. That is a common element everywhere. Hence, I love everyone. Pick up only one principle again. I say, I look at, I am different from you. I am separate from you. Clear? Are you understanding? Pick up, apply this principle, and you will see that. Now the third point comes, whatever I know from the mind will definitely be different from me. It has to be separate from me. Now come closer. I know my body. Is body me? I am my breath. Is breath is me? You need not to say anything. Yes. How can I be breath? How can I be body? How can I be mind? Go a little deeper. I know my thoughts makes me crazy. So these thoughts are different and separate from me. Do I know it? Am I aware of it? I lose that awareness because of the impurity in the intellect, because the intellect is heavily conditioned and habituated, cannot separate body, breath, mind, thoughts, feelings from my real nature. It is projected, it covers, it veils. What is that veiling is known as? It is known as identification, resulting from the thought process. That causes the impurity. It prevents the intellect to perceive the thing as it is. It needs an update by purification, and once you purify, that is known as Manisha. Simple understanding. Day to day, from moment to moment. Now see the fourth point that I am talking. First thing, whatever I know, my mind knows it. And it can only know when it becomes an object of the mind. That is what I explained before. It comes in front of the mind, then only I know anything in this world. And whatever I know through the mind is different and separate from me. Do you understand that? Are you clear about it, even intellectually? So it means there are crazy thoughts in my mind. So I know it. They are different from me. Do I need to think a lot? Somebody asked me, I have another session on 21st of June, that is International Yoga Day. So you can join that. Somebody asked how to control the thought. I said, drop this thought, which says how to control the thought. That is also a thought. We lose awareness. Why we lose awareness? Because we claim we have a greater IQ. You need an IQ for the material world. You don't need any IQ. You need a simple awareness, pure intellect. Just you become aware of that intellect, what is happening. Don't give fuel to one thought. It creates chain of thoughts. From the chain of thoughts, you multiply those thoughts because you are a well-read person, so you have a greater IQ. Are you understanding? Are you getting it? Can you live into that state of updated intellect which our East masters say it is Manisha? Is it in your Manisha? Are you living in? You look at me, non-verbal awareness. Check my Manisha. Fine. Then you don't see the teacher here. You don't see the beard here. You see one choiceless awareness. Are you getting it? Are you getting it? You live into that choiceless awareness. Last example. Do you see me? Sometimes I say, ask a question. Yes, I see you, sir. You see my body. You don't see me. Can you live into that updated awareness? Now see that second point, how to update your Manisha. The moment you look at anything outside through your mind without thought, you cannot recognize an object. And there is no need to recognize an object in our daily working. It happens by default. Take one example. Look at this crazy guy and don't allow the mind to have a single thought. Can your mind recognize I'm a man or a woman? That is also a thought. Do you see that? Are you getting it? You don't coin any thought in the mind and still you see me. So what happens? You are seeing with a choiceless awareness. That is Manisha. Now you see with the thought, oh, this guy inserted me. This is a thought. See that choiceless awareness is required. Shankara, see, this is my Manisha. What is my Manisha? My intellect. My choiceless awareness. You just see it, just now. You look at me, provided don't allow your intellect and the mind or your precious IQ to coin any thought. Then what do you see? It is a choiceless awareness. Don't you see that? Don't coin any thought. So if you don't coin any thought, I'm not a teacher. You're not a student. There are millions of thought that comes if you become aware. Intellect, let me see, let me perceive without the garbage of the thought. You are in Manisha. What the Shankaracharya says. What is that, Shankaracharya? My Manisha. It is only with that Manisha. If it is 100%, every meditation will succeed. Even if the master is crazy like me, you will succeed in meditation. Even if the teacher teaches you meditation, who does not know, who uses simply a book. But if you are into the state of Manisha, your meditation will succeed. Are you getting it? Your Manisha will find that state of awareness, of peace, of happiness inside. Like you find the way to drive home even if there is a traffic jam. Now I'm trying to relate the entire journey. What is that traffic jam? Oh, that's a purely physical. You are in a conflict with your honey, for example, or in a family member. So you are aware that all those crazy thoughts are not me, they are different from me. You live into that choiceless awareness, you are applying my Manisha. Problem will be solved. What happens? We become politicians. What is the definition of a politician? They give a big hope, but they don't solve any problem. Well, you can see that in the world around. Are you understanding? Are you getting into it? So in this week, ask yourself, like that master who said to his student, you talk too much. And he made only 2 statements. So find out if I'm already aware, I have a knowledge of that object, I need not to express. When you need not to express, your intellect is not creating a chain of thoughts. One, you separate yourself from the thought process. What happens? You live into that state of awareness. It's a choiceless awareness. It is Manisha. And Manisha helps you to succeed in any meditation. So from this text, we will go deeper. Every week, there are only 5 verses. And in the 5 verses, the entire journey of awakening, realization is explained beautifully. So close your eyes. Let us start our journey of meditation. Close your eyes. Stage 1. There is no stage of meditation. Still, I have divided into stages. Why? To make you understand. Teacher has to apply all the possible ways to help you to reach to that state. So eyes are closed, the body is comfortable. When you are looking inside, the mind is looking inside. You don't see any object except the space. Now see that. I'm translating in today's principle into practice. Do you see any object inside? No, it's only the space. So the intellect realizes I don't need to think. See that. The mind is looking inside, facing inside, looking into the space, awareness of the darkness or a blankness. So when the mind starts moving inside, it leaves what is not required. What is not required? The sense perception. When it is not required, what happens to the body? The body moves into a natural state of steadiness, my friends. What we say outside, see, we use IQ. No, I have to sit in lotus pose for at least 1 year, then I will start meditating. Because I learned from yoga, yoga is an 8-limbed path. No. You see, IQ. And when you use Manisha, you are already there. You start the journey of meditation where you are. Now in the stage 1, we will move to the second step, that is being comfortable. You should understand every step, why we are doing it. First, and when you have a right answer, then move into the non-verbal awareness by following the step as the master guides you. You need not to be worried. You don't apply your IQ. Did I say non-verbal awareness? Check it. Look at the neck joint. Looking means the mind is looking. Looking means you are aware of the neck joint. And then stay there. So when you stay there, there is awareness, knowledge, and experience of sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. We don't apply your IQ. Casual awareness, and you will go so deep that you can't imagine. Move the mind on the shoulder joints. What did I say? Look at the shoulder joint through your mind inside. So sometime what happens? One person among you moved the shoulder. I did not say move the shoulder to the mind. What did I say? That is IQ. And when you are aware, the mind moves to the shoulder joints. Result? Sensation, being comfortable, and steadiness. You are a witness of that. So in today's journey, we are understanding which intellect is able to help me succeed in meditation, and which intellect. It's not a question of belief or a faith. It is here and now. Move the mind on the hip joint. The mind moves on the hip joint. You are there, you feel and experience a sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. Mind moves on the entire body, looking at all the joints. You don't wait for a second to think. The mind moves, means awareness is moving on all the joints. You already know it. And as you move, you experience sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. It does not need any kind of verbalization. Are you understanding? I believe so. So being carefree is the same Manisha. Thoughts, feelings, sensations that I know is happening in my mind is different from me, separate from me. Now you can easily understand in this stage 1 and the step 3 being carefree. What is being carefree? You are standing across the road watching the traffic. What is the message I'm conveying? That whatever the thought, feeling and the sensations are there in the mind, you are none of them. They are separate from you. They are different from you. Can I see that? Can I become aware of that? So when you are aware they are already different and separate from you, do you need to control a thought? No. My Manisha, that is my Manisha, my friend. We cherish and demonstrate our IQ. Still, you cannot reach to the highest IQ. You cannot beat others. Someday the other bypass you. But Manisha is present in everyone. Pure, simple, clear. Conviction is there. Am I aware of the thought? Do you need any conviction or a faith? Yes, I'm aware of the thought. That's why I know the thoughts are moving into my mind. Am I aware that these thoughts are different from me and separate from me? Yes, I don't need any conviction. I don't need any conviction by thinking that these thoughts are separate from me. The more you think, you're trapped by the mind and you miss it. So the first stage is done. Now, still we need to continue the journey in the stage 2 of purifying the mind. That we need. What Patanjali says, by doing breathing practice, what happens? Tadakshiyate prakasha varanam. You remove the veil of ignorance. What is that veil of ignorance? Oh, I have a tremendous IQ. It is required in the material world. So by the breath, and we have been doing in the stage 2 one practice of breathing that we will continue, looking deep inside the chest, in the space. It means the mind constantly facing inside and start breathing short in the quick breath from both the nostrils into the chest with expansion and contraction. It is neither Kapalbhati nor Bhastrika, just casual, short, quick, playful breath. You play with it. But if you make it very serious, who makes it serious? Your IQ. Just continue. Short, quick breath. Short, quick breath. Continue. Short in the quick in the playful breath in the mind. Keep looking deep inside the forehead. Or not, inside the chest. And stop it. You are with your Manisha. Experiences come and go. You might feel freshness, good, bad, high, low, everything is okay. Why? They are all your experiences. And whatever are your experiences, you are different from it. But if the mind, the intellect lives into that state of Manisha for an extended period of time, that is the result of this breathing. You may undergo variety of experiences, visions, tingling, let it happen. You recognize them, you accept them, and let them come and let them go. Why? You know it. And in the same stage, take a deep, silent, slow breath. First into the belly and the chest. Keep looking deep inside the forehead now, and while breathing out, make the humming sound louder, deeper, and longer. And stop this. Do nothing. Stage 2 is complete. Another stage 3, we will have a passive step. From outside to inside. How does my Manisha perceives this movement from outside to inside? That is our stage 3. I'm picking up only one step from there. Look at the head and the neck and experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. You may have a variety of experiences of tingling, numbness, vision, colors. Let them come, let them go. And then look inside the head and the neck and be there. Do you need to think what is inside the head and the neck? There is only one. And who is that one? You are your true nature. So what do we experience? We experience sensation and the space within. And that sensation is the state of calmness, and the space is representing the state of quietness. Simple. Right arm outside, my Manisha. Experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside there is only one. I don't need any IQ to understand. Even my honey is outside me. So simple to know. With the clear intellect which I refer as my Manisha. So you experience calmness and quietness. After all, if there are two, then only you have some gossip, some conversation, some contrast, some comparison. Then only I need a thought. See that? It's not a big deal. Many people say I'm living alone. That is why, I feel bored. Oh, you feel bored with yourself. Then you will bore everyone in the world. It is because of lack of Manisha. Look at the left arm. Outside, My Manisha says it is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, I perceive calm. I perceive the space and the sensation representing calmness and quietness, chest and the belly. Outside, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Inside, now because if you think, then it takes time. Manisha, you don't take time. Inside, calmness and quietness. Right leg outside. My Manisha, sensation, relaxation and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. Outside, left leg. So now your Manisha says, yes, I understand. And this is my experience, sensation, relaxation, and stillness. And inside, calmness and quietness. You don't need IQ to find out how many are living within you. You see that? My Manisha, pure, simple, clear, intellect. I alone. But now I'm experiencing the state of calmness and quietness within. In that state, we will use in the stage 4. We'll go little deeper. When the breath goes in, Om. Mentally drop Om. Where you drop? Crown of the head. When the breath comes out, drop Shanti. Shanti means peace. Where you drop Shanti? Inside the heart. You need not to think too much. Breath going in, Om. Coming out, Shanti. Going in, Om. Coming out, Shanti. Going in, mentally. This is stage number 4. What we are doing actually? We are asking the intellect to maintain the status quo, the Manisha. You live into that Manisha. Now drop this Om Shanti and explore where you are dropping Om Shanti on the breath. The stays 5, the last one that we keep that stays common in all our journey. What is that? The three-pointed awareness of the breath. Let the Manisha know the breath is going in and out. Do I need verbalization? No. When the breath goes in and out, I feel the sensation inside the nose. Second point of awareness. Do I need any verbalization? No. Third point. Do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So my Manisha is aware and attentive, not to allow the mind with the thought to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Finish and live into that state. Three-pointed awareness of the breath. Breath is, you know the breath is going in and out. You experience the sensation and you do not change. My Manisha means what? I am aware of the breath, I know the breath, I feel the sensation of the breath, means I am not the breath. Mind in that state absorbs deeply and awakens. And do nothing, remain as you are. Even when you are not doing anything, there is a non-verbal awareness. There is a non-verbal awareness, there is a knowledge, there is an experience that continues. Why it continues? I'm a conscious being. Let it continue. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. You share your experiences for yourself and for others, other participants, not for me. I don't need any kind of an appreciation and praise from you. Because you guided, then I succeeded. It never happens. One has to treat the path alone. But what happens when you share your experiences and enlightens others also? Oh, yes, I had this experience also. Bring your mind to the right hand, your mind to the left hand. Lift your both the palms, place it on your eyes, open the eyes inside, know your experiences, bring the hands down, and let us share our experiences. How are you? And now you have to unmute, then only I can hear you.
Okay, I'm fine. I didn't even fall asleep.
Yes.
I made progress after how many years?
You made a progress. Yes, yes, yes. Definitely you are making a progress. So next time whenever you practice meditation, it is a good idea to practice meditation while sitting.
Okay.
Very good. How are you, Ashok?
Sir, it is fine. Isn't Manisha being submitted?
Yes.
So, we were relaxed, but need some more time because
Continue doing, don't worry, continue when you do it regularly. How are you, Terry? Kavita unmuted. Samir unmute kar lo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you, Terry.
It was good. It was very easy, and I drifted in and out. But I didn't fall asleep, but I would go into my thoughts and I would come back and I would go away, I don't know where, and just come back to awareness of what was going on. I don't know where I went, but it was very smooth and easy, and I
Very
felt more
smooth.
fresh.
You see that with such a challenge to your body, and your mind is able to go deeper within. That is definitely a progress. Now, who is there? Samir, yes.
sir, it was very means it was a total darkness inside me, and all nothing was there. No thought was there. Only listening to you. That's it. Nothing was disturbing me. I was just sitting idle and listening to you.
Very good. You see that? That's what I have been telling you. My Manisha, I am aware. One part. And I'm aware of. What is I'm aware of? The entire world, thoughts, feeling, experiences. Whatever I am aware of is not me. When you live into that, Manisha, it is choiceless awareness. What else? How are you, Stephen?
Very well. A very nice experience. The thing that sticks out with me is that when we look inside our arms and our legs, I saw what it started out to be waves in front of me. And at first, this is where I, right on my own mind, my IQ went, and I said, oh wow, look at the water in front of me. And then when we started doing the Om Shanti from the head to from the crown to the heart, I realized that I wasn't in water, that I was actually now inside the energy waves. It wasn't water waves, it was just an energy wave. And that stayed with me. In fact, I'm still feeling it now in my heart center. So it was really cool.
Very good. I think you are making a progress every time you are doing the practice. You see that what he was telling, that even in that process and practice of meditation, you don't lose hold of my Manisha. Means what? You are purifying your mind. And that will go a long way. Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata are the two fundamental things to be understood. Natural focus of the mind, looking inside, and the purification helps you succeed. How are you, Pushkar?
Sir, it's not a totally different experience. I feel that I am not body and mind, and I see myself is separate from the mind.
Wonderful, wonderful. You see that? There is another reason, with his reference, he's like a small kid. I have known this guy, this young boy. He's just like, 5 or 6 years old mind. And it is very easy to move into Manisha there. 5, 6 year old. Can you think of that? They have a high IQ? No. So we have to move there. How are you, Guruji, Rajkumarji? I don't listen to you. सुन नहीं रहे आप खोलेंगे अपना मुंह कंप्यूटर का भी तो भी सुनूंगा मैं कंप्यूटर का भी मुंह खोलिए ओपन द माउथ ऑफ ए कंप्यूटर आल्सो यस
Yes, open. Yes. Fine, sir.
फाइन 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 चलिए संगीता जी कैसे
सर बहुत पीसफुल था आज बहुत ज्यादा थोड़े टाइम में लग रहा था कि टाइम ही खत्म हो गया और बहुत जल्दी ही हो गया आज
well yeah that's a good indication that if your mind says oh it is just only 5 minutes in meditation and how fast it has gone so that is also gives you but we have to go beyond all the experiences. Remember, that is My Manisha. How are you, Vivek? Okay, let us go to David and Jerry. Maybe Vivek might be sleeping.
For me, my experience, I just got to a point somewhere on the line, or not the line, but somewhere where it's getting blank.
Blank, that's good.
I have no awareness, I have no other than blank. The one small awareness I had was blank for a long bit, or it seemed to be a long period of time with some that was a wonderful experience being blank.
That's wonderful. That's a good experience. That everything is blank and still I am aware. So that will go deeper. How are you, Jerry?
Doing well. Really appreciated the last being aware of training everything. We make things so they don't need to be labeled. And being aware of that and practicing at least verbalizing it and then actually mentally not doing it either. Just noticing your experience at a point without a label. And during the meditation, I was interesting too because after something that my mind was labeling, tried to just let that go instead of having to focus on the label.
Yes, that is another beautiful understanding and explanation. So you see that verbalization takes no time. No time. And can you create an interval? Oh, don't create an interval. Just become aware. Let the Manisha take over instead of IQ. Instead, my intellect say, here is Ashok, here is Ann, here is David, here is Jerry, here are all these people, I know all of them. It is subconscious thinking process. Don't allow that. When you don't allow, you simply see, you simply perceive. You change the perception. Some thought came to my mind, so I'm just telling you. Even if you hate a person, and who comes in front of you, and there is a Manisha you cannot hate. The hatred is always in thought, in living. Do you see that? See that? That is the power of Manisha. Next week we will understand, we will go a little deeper. Thank you very much. That is all.